Okay, woo, honey. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Jordan's Gonna Go. It has been a minute since we've both came on together to do a video, and today we just wanted to come on and just share some information. We're here in the West, and it's a lot. It's a lot happening, and it's a lot going on. When we went to Ghana, September. We went September. It was anniversary, our 33rd anniversary. Was it 33? 33rd anniversary, birthday, and just overall vacation. We did and did also to see the land. For our anniversary, if you saw our video, we purchased a property in May as an 33rd anniversary gift to ourselves. So that was part of our reasons for going to Ghana. So we did like a 4-in-1, and maybe call it a 5-in-1, because we really wanted to learn history and put our feet on the ground and just connect, and we were able to do that. Coming back, we thought we had plans to move, relocate when maybe August this year.
Yeah, August
2025. That has changed. Maybe. I'm still hopeful. Anything can happen. I believe in miracles. Anything is possible and can happen. But there's a lot going on here in the West. But one thing I really want to say, with my son, we attempted to do the paperwork and the application for him to get his visa. And my husband was like, okay, well, let's just see, have prices changed, any of the information changed, because we still had copies from when we did it last year. And it hadn't been a full year yet. And we went to do it for my son. We learned that the fees had increased.
Yep.
There were some changes. And we go to proceed and do the paperwork, and in our checking with Arkansas is what we did. We did ours through Arkansas. And we learned that Arkansas office had closed. They no longer handled Ghana visas in the Arkansas location, and they had stopped March 2025.
And the reason being is that somebody on the inside.
Not that one.
Oh.
That the Arkansas stopped March 2025.
Well, okay.
And then we said, okay, well, let's go to do the DC location. And I'm sure you've heard before, it's been all over the news, especially if you've been following anything about Ghana on any of the YouTubers. You've heard or have seen where there has been some type of scam, maybe, theft, whereas somehow on the program someone had put a link, whereas the money and the funds was not going towards Ghana, it was being routed to their personal account. And I think this has been going on for was it 5 years or so?
Yeah, somebody that works at the embassy was
messed it up for everybody.
they was tunneling money to another account in the name of Ghana passports or Ghana visas rather, and once they found out, they shut that location down. Not only had the fees gone up since we went there last, the dollar has lost a lot of value from since we went there in September. It was 17 at the time. It was like 16 point something, close to 17 Ghana cedis per dollar. Now it's only 10 Ghana cedis per dollar. So now the Ghanaian CD has strengthened as in Ghana, and the dollar has weakened. There's a lot of the prices really hadn't gone up in Ghana. It's just that since the
The
dollar,
CD goes further.
yeah, since the dollar has decreased, you're paying more in dollars than you would in Ghana CDs. So let's say if you were doing money exchange or anything like that, if you had a lot of Ghana CDs that you would just had saved up somewhere, you can actually get more dollars for your Ghana CDs if you had something to exchange and get dollars for versus last year in September. So even with trying to get the visa for our son, we realized that
it costs more.
It costs more to get this visa, but what we ran into are what other options do we have when trying to get a visa for Ghana now. And for far as I know, one of the options was going to the airport and doing it. Now that both embassies are not,
or locations are closed,
operating in the states, that most people that come from the states to Ghana now will be trying to get those visas once they get to the airport. Now, once you get to the airport, after maybe between 19 and 22 hour flight, and now you got to get a visa, which most of the people that comes over there are from the states. You're standing in a long line right now.
Like how is that working out? Because we're saying to ourselves, like, do we? And for those of you who, well, let me just back up. I know when all of this came out that the embassy had closed and all this, the scandal and the scam, there were people in comic sections for some other YouTubers that I follow and get information from as well. Some of other people were in the comment section and they were saying, well, look, I got a flight this week. My flight leaves, in a week or two, or I've already sent mine out for it and I'm waiting for it to come back. And so how are they going to get their visas when the office is closed and they've already paid these monies and it's already booked, the hotels and the flights are already scheduled. So that's a lot of money, stuff that's a domino effect negatively for a lot of people. So what do you do? So for those of you who got yours from the airport, what was that process like? I mean, is it guaranteed if you go to the airport, book your hotel, took this flight, paid for this flight and did all the things? Like, what is that process like at the airport for those of you who gotten your visa on the spot? And even cost points. I would probably even imagine with both places closed to get those visas, did the price go up? Like, what's that price range if those of you who've done it and gotten your visas at the airport same day, what is that process like? Sharon, give us the information, because
well, one thing that's unfortunate about the embassies closing down, if you've already mailed your application in with your fees, that means you had to mail your passport as well. And I don't know if they return those passports in a timely manner, or who would you contact to make sure your passport was coming back to you? Did they use the return envelope that you had in there to just send it back, or did they just go ahead and process what they already had?
Or is it still lingering? I don't know.
So those are some questions that we may have, and I don't know if anybody that's listening had sent their passports and their visa application in, and they had determined that they was going to close those locations. What actually happened with those applications and passports that were sent in?
Yeah, Washington D.C. Yeah, like. So, I mean, and then the next, what I'm really interested to find out, because I'm really thinking we've booked the hotel for for my son, as we were thinking we were going to go back. So I'm like, today, maybe after we're done with this live, I should go ahead and call and go ahead and cancel that. But yet and still, I'm kind of still being hopeful, but I don't want to lose monies and we're not able to follow through and actually make the trip. So please, if you've experienced this, have experience, and you can share receipts, information, your experience. Were you able to get your visa at the airport, and what was that process like? And cost, if you can share numbers, a ballpark figure, roundabout. What should we expect? What are we looking at? Share your information, your knowledge. Anything else before we dive into the second part? Part two of why we're here today. We're just going to give it all at one time. We, as we said at the top, when we went to Ghana last year, we was like, okay, we set a date and said, okay, we'll be ready to come back and we'll plan to relocate August 2025. Okay. With, I don't know, property and land, and with everything going on here in the West, it's been a up and down. So of course, one of the ways we were going to get to Ghana in funding was selling property. Even though, because if you're building a house in Ghana, you got to pay up front. Okay, so there is not nothing like here in the West where you get a mortgage, and I wouldn't want a mortgage. I do like the Ghana concept where your stuff is paid for. They just feel so freeing and liberating if you have the funds and the money and can do that out the gate. More power to you. That's just I think that's just a wonderful blessing. But here in the West, we've seen where properties value has gone down and it's trickling up. And like in the summer, that's the time when people tend to kind of sell and buy, especially those that have kids, because they want to be in position and have the kids already registered and at the school that they're going to go to. So they'll use that summer to make whatever moving and transitions they're going to make. So you do tend to see the housing prices kind of go up and people are buying in the summer. But the point is for us is, what does those numbers look like? So we are in hold. Is it going to be in August 2025? Are we moving in August, babe?
No.
I'm still hopeful.
There's always said that there's always a process.
Yes.
To everything.
We gotta trust the process.
In the order of handling the business and doing everything in the right order.
Yeah.
With the economy and how things are going on here in the West since January, and how things have shifted so
drastically,
so much. It has kind of changed the aspect of how everything was going to happen. You just got to have you have plan A, you just got to have a B and sometimes a C.
It looked like we were working on plan C, right?
And once plan A doesn't work, you just don't give up, but you got to go to the next plan and just try to activate it and see would that work. And if not, then if you got a C, then that as well. But for every move, whether it's within the states, within state to state, within your state, city to city, whatever move you make, you just have to have things in order. And I'm just a firm believer that it may be a delay right now, but granted that once everything is in order like it should be, that move will definitely be made. Um, it's good sometimes to have a date or a time period for how and when you want it to happen. But if it doesn't, just don't hold your head down and give up. You just got to keep on knowing and believing that everything is going to work out. So with all that, we're hoping that our dollar strengthens. We're hoping that the economy as well change in some areas that we need to change, and plus, and then we can take advantage at the time. But sometimes you just can't. Once these changes are made, we just can't drag your feet on them. You just got to know what you're gonna do and just hit it while it's there, and get it when it's to your advantage. So when it's not to your advantage, you just got to know when to pump the brakes on everything, and not let your eagerness to do something overwhelm what's actually happening in society.
And then too, like I say, with a lot of things that's happening here in the West, with our government, that's happening in our world, and then with a lot of diasporans wanting to go back. I'm telling you, when I went to Ghana, I felt, even though it was miles and miles, thousand miles away, over the ocean, just touching ground, and we've looked at places that's closer, but I feel like, and you can say if this is your same feeling you had, at least you shared it with me, but share it with our viewers. We've made some connection with people. Our chauffeur was not just our chauffeur. You know what I'm saying? The Botleys, they were just not, they're set apart with Lisa's, their YouTube channel. They're just people that assisted us with getting our property. We've made connections, and we don't talk on the phone every day or all the time, but you've made connections with people when you get on the ground, and other people that we've connected through emails and social media, and just meeting online. You've just not had that face-to-face meeting. We feel like we have some connection in Ghana, where if we move there, it's not like we're just total strangers in this land. We have some connections, some people that we can reach out to and grab hands or shoulders and connect with. So I like that. And where we are or will be building, it feels amazing. It feels right. So like you said, we know that all things are working for your good. Like our date was August 2025. Because of things, and the numbers got to fit. As a matter of fact, with our architect, we're still waiting. I think we have like 3-4 weeks before we get the what's that?
3D.
The 3D for our house design. So that's a process, and then it goes to our builder, and then we'll see what those numbers are. So waiting on that, and then we'll know what our price point would be on the sale of our house, of our property here in the West. Is it going to be enough? Because you want to count up the cost. You want to make sure your numbers are there. You have the amount to build. You right? So what's that script? I'm not sure where it is in the Bible. It says, count up the cost, and then count it again to make sure that you have enough sufficient to complete the process, And Ghana is not going to Ghana. It's not just about, we're going to build a house. I think a house should be a home, not just doing a house. There are other things we want to do. We heard the call. Come back to Ghana with your experience here in the West and build, create jobs and opportunities. So we don't want to come and sit and take advantage of the land, because we can afford to build a house. We want to be boots on the ground. Like when we came to visit, we was adamant about not doing, what do you call it? Like the touristy resort. No, we wanted to be with the market. We wanted to see the locals. We wanted to see the day to day and feel what that would be like if we actually lived there, right? How did you feel when we experienced that? Or you wish we have stayed at a fancy resort?
No, the experience that I had was great. Being that we were amongst the locals, we talked to a lot of locals. We laughed, we had fun, we learned about the different foods, the different types of chicken. You got your hard chicken, your soft chicken. I wasn't even aware that you had rooster wings and chicken wings, and one is hard and one is soft. I mean, you don't learn that going to fancy restaurants, to me, but just eating the local foods and trying everything and just being amongst the people, riding through the different towns and just seeing all the people selling things on the side of the roads and the markets.
Trying to make it.
And, just being in that type of atmosphere was great for me. And I really felt at home. You wasn't watching your back, wasn't, worried about anybody messing with you in a negative way. And, it's just, I know one thing, driving in Accra, period. Man, I was trying to figure out if we drove like that over here in the States, there would be wrecks everywhere. I mean, these people riding all over the road, on the wrong side of the road.
And it was like a fender bender.
Yeah, hit from behind. Car hit another car from behind, but no head-on collisions that we didn't see at all.
Yeah, and no multiple cars.
You got people on motorcycles, people on in trucks, people in vans, people in cars, people walking, and I'm like, wow, it's just moving traffic in some kind of way, but. I really enjoyed it, and I tried to get as much video as I can, just when I go back and look at them, I can say, yeah, I remember that ride, I remember going here, I remember going there, and just
when we watch
just takes
other
you back.
people's videos, and we can see, identify locations in different areas.
So we drove through a lot of cities, a lot of towns, a lot of areas within Ghana, and we got to even walk around live animals like the baboons and whatever. And
it was a good experience that we want to be a part of, and get back to and learn.
And tell you the truth, one thing that really stood out to me was the weather at the time, and the weather there was much cooler and breezier than it was here in the States.
It was hot in Atlanta,
and it was nice and breezy there. You had wind blowing.
I was surprised
off the oceans, coming inland, and in the mountains, the air was fresh and breezy up there, and the food was fresh as well.
I had not one allergy episode. We went to praise and worship in the park today. And I noticed I kind of got the scratchy throat and the little irritation from being outside. But when I was in Ghana, I had not one episode or attack or experience like that, like I do here in the West. So I'm definitely ready to experience that. So you ready to recap, wind down?
Yes.
All right, so back to where we said at the top. If you have any information, if you got your visa at the airport, 2025, and can share your experience and what's that like. And give us the information, not just for us, maybe some other viewers who are watching and reading in the comment section, they can get information that you would have to share. And we're still on the map to go for going to Ghana. We're just gonna trust the process. We're gonna trust the process and know that everything is working for our good. Nothing missing, nothing broken. And we just pray peace on the whole thing. And whatever happens here in the West, we serve the Most High, and we believe that we are divinely protected and covered. And we pray over our family, and whatever will be, that the Most High will shield and protect us. And whenever we're supposed to hit Ghana, and whenever we're supposed to go away and prepare a place so that we have family members or friends that need to come, we will already have what we need in place. That's a wrap.
Yes. We have to learn how to edit and put the subscribe thing on the bottom of the screen. But once we learn how to do that, you'll just hear us say subscribe,
Like,
and subscribe,
share,
and share.
And comment.
So let's do all 4 of those things. And once we learn how to do the editing, you'll see it on the screen pop up every now and then. So
it's taking the time to do it, y'all.
Yeah, until then, we will say it, share it, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll be looking for your comments.
All right. Y'all be blessed. Have a great one. High five. Jordan's gonna go.
Peace.
Peace.